Okay, so here we are, the wings for the Junkers D1. You can see the, apart from the dust, corrugations running right up to the edge. I was worried about cutting those out. I've done it so the sprue gates actually come in on the top here. So with a quick cut on each of them, being careful not to remove the locating pegs. They come up quite clean. It's just a measure of a quick bit of taking, and this is the hardest one because it's right next to a sprue, so I just new blade after just breaking the one, if you've watched the quick review I've just done. Otherwise you've got no idea what I'm on about. Let's take that out like that. Quick scrape to make sure it's flat. Otherwise, grab the sanding stick, very gentle sand like that. You can just feel that one, but I noticed if you rub it with your nails, it's gone. So well designed, very well done. That's the top half of the wing. This is the lower half. You've got the same things, but you've obviously got the locating pin holes, so just slightly easier to clean it up. Doesn't take long at all. I apologise if I keep headbutting the lamp. I've obviously got it in a slightly different position. I took it down to use it for something else the other day, or in a different position. So you can just see a little bit of that one. That's gone. Then I've already done the other wing, so I didn't think you needed to see two of them. They do click together quite well. So hopefully, I'll run my nail along there again, it will get rid of that little bit of flash on the edge of the filing, you can see. As you can see, there's quite a bit of movement, so I think it's quite important to get it lined up straight away. Get my nails in there as well, get rid of that little bit of excess plastic. And I shall be back in a moment. I've just got to go and get something. As if by magic, some clamps appear. So I thought, recently bought these, only little cheap plasticky ones, over $2.50 for 5. So I thought I'd try using these to clamp the wings together. Let's do a quick dry run, see if it all does work, as I hope. Not on the curve of that wing. Yeah, it looks pretty good. There was only 5 in a pack, I thought there was 6, but never mind. Maths was never my strong point. So what I intend to do is put some of the old Tamiya white top cement along these bits for strength, and then run extra thin and the edge as per normal. I'll tell you a little tale now. The first time I ever used liquid cement, I remember going to the RAF museum in Hendon with my parents and then buying me a kit, and the chap saying, do I need glue? And Mum sort of saying, do you need some glue, Mark? And I was like, probably. So he said, this is new, and he gave me the Humble Liquid Poly, as it was called then. He said, you'll find this is much better than the old tube stuff. So I said, oh good. So my dear old mum bought me some, and off I went home with, well, I can't remember what the kit was, and set off in my usual enthusiasm of making it, but actually had nobody told me how to use the new liquid poly. So there I was, painting it round the edge, bringing the two halves together, and of course it's all evaporated, and me saying this glue is useless. It wasn't until I had a trip to a local model shop, maybe even quite a bit of time later, mentioned it to them, and they said, oh no, you know what's coming. You join the parts and then spread it and then paint it around. So I went home, tried it, and thought it was great. I've never used tube cement since. Don't even know if you can still get it, but anyway, we'll leave that one aside to dry. Do the same for this one. Just for that, somebody said this is like a resin, this glue. It doesn't really melt it. I've never heard of that, but I'm not going to argue. It is a lot thicker. A lot thicker. As usual, working well off camera. Sorry guys. Get that there. And use the remaining two clamps. Get the edge, leading edge nicely lined up. Hopefully liquid cement will help that totally disappear. Looking at the pictures in the book, it was a particularly smooth looking joint anyway. I'll put those two on there like that, and I'll set those aside to dry. So I'll stop this video here. I might attach another bit to it, or I might just let it do a total another one. Cheers. Okay guys, continuing on with the wings on the D3. I have glued, and by the looks of things, once I run some extra thin along the front there, they're not going to be able to see a lot. So let's crack on with that. Just need to find my modelling glasses, put those on, out with the extra thin. Obviously you can't use too much of this because I think it'll start destroying the corrugations. I think you'll still be able to see us a little bit of a seam, but to be honest, is anyone really going to worry? Continue along with it. I certainly wouldn't want to have to fill it. But there you go. Considering I've never done a World War I kit, as I said, if you've seen the review of my little saws, which on the bench, I don't know what the colour's like on the video either, I've also bought another Wingnut Wings kit, which needs proper rigging this time. Could be a little bit of filler needed just here, but at least that's hasn't got the corrugations. You do have where they've continued it, the join is there rather than right on the trailing edge. But again, I don't think it's going to really cause a major problem. Again, it's got warmer again here today, so I've now got the window open, so it's also coming up for 7 o'clock, so it's the tail end of the rush hour going past. So I apologise if you can hear the cars going by. There we go. Onto the other one. Again, I'll start down near the wing root area. To the first inch or so. Try and align it. And then just continue along. Yeah, it's just around this very wingtip in the same place. Maybe I didn't quite, or over sanded a bit there. A bit there might need a, no, there you go, it's pulled in fine. And along there. Back along the trailing edge of the wing. A lid on that, and set those aside to dry again. Probably leave those overnight. I've started work on the engine. I can't remember if I've shown this. I'm not happy with it, so I'm going to spray it all black. This was my first attempt with a bit of an oil wash. It still feels sticky, but I've also used some Games Workshop wash on it as well. But try again. I also want to try and get some what do you call it, some fine brass tubing. How is it? Albion alloys, and drill these out. I'm going to have a little go at making the spark plugs. You've also got the magnetos to go on here, and there's a tube down each side which the spark plug ignition wires ran to. So I'm about to get those out and have a look. So I'll then pause here again and catch you up later. Catch up with you later. Sorry, nudged the arm for the camera this time. Cheers!